All right, my silver stackers, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. Today we're going to talk about what's going on with the silver frenzy and specifically with plays that are going on with Wallstreetbets. Wow, we got a lot to talk about today. Stay with me now. All right, thanks for staying with me today. So we are going to talk about what is going on with Wallstreetbets and how it affects the silver market. This is going to be a pretty interesting video. So let's start off right off the bat with saying, once again, this is not financial advice, okay? I am just a guy on YouTube. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Sure, I'll give you my thoughts on this, but you really should be consulting with a financial expert before you decide to make any moves. And that is not what my degree is in. My degree is in psychology, and I do mental health treatment, and I'm a licensed clinician, and I'm a prepper, and I'm a gardener, and I'm a forager, and I'm a silver collector. Okay, well, silver stacker, I guess. More silver stacker, but I also am a collector. But I'll give you my thoughts, okay? So if this is your first time on the channel, please subscribe. We love to talk about silver, gardening, prepping topics. I do some wilderness survival, foraging type videos. We have a lot more to come. I've got videos planned out for the next few months. If you're returning to the channel, this is a good time to drop a like up above. You really help me out. I'm trying to move up in the algorithm, and that does do a lot of wonders for me. All right, and before we get too much further into this, we did get one little mail call. I know I've got some stuff sitting in the post office box. I can't get over there right now, but let's check this out. This is from our friend Bullion Fanatic. Bullion Fanatic says, Prepping with Sarge, thanks so much for the sticker trade. New friend to your channel. Happy New Year and God bless. Bullion Fanatic. Yes, thank you to you too, and I'm enjoying your content. Let's check out his stickers here. Oh man, check that out. Thank you for sending two, by the way. I'm going to try to find some room on the box. I think it's going to probably go on the flip side. We'll see what we can do, and one will go on my board. These are really cool stickers, brother. Look at the BF in the shining silver. That is really cool. I'm guessing that's probably Flatline Racer that did that one, because it definitely looks like his style of artwork. So nice job on those stickers, brother. Thank you very much. We'll put those up here. All right, so I'm going to talk about this. Again, remember, I'm just a YouTube guy doing this channel for entertainment purposes, but I'm going to talk about this from the different types of silver stackers. Okay, so let's start with first, if you are brand new to silver, you're probably like, what the heck is going on? Okay, so what's going on is that the subreddit Wallstreetbets is definitely making a lot of big plays this month. And I'm not going to get too much into some of the other plays that they're making. There's a lot of channels that are covering that. All I'm going to say is be careful, be careful, be careful. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of volatility in the stock market and some volatility in silver shares. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I talk about not silver shares so much as the actual physical asset, okay? And my recommendation to myself is not to so much buy like an ETF in silver, but to buy the actual physical asset, okay? Because that is going to perform differently in the long run. In the short run, the prices on this stuff's going to change because of what's happening, probably. But in the long run, silver is silver. It's different than, like, let's say we had a stock called Acme Corporation, and Acme Corporation is failing, okay? And so you have a bunch of billionaires come along and they say, you know what, it's failing anyways, let's drive this puppy into the ground and make some money off of it. So they short sell. And then you have a group of Redditors come along and they say, we're going to take that money right from you, billionaires, and we are going to buy as much of that and we're going to hold it. And when your short options are called, you're going to get what's called a short squeeze, which is going to mean that they're going to have to buy more back to cover their bets, basically, and it's going to drive the price to the moon. Hashtag to the moon, okay? And it works as long as everybody in that community is holding, okay? Now, will it work long-term? Who knows? But Acme Corporation is different than a physical asset, okay? Because Acme Corporation, one way or the other, if it's got a failed business model, is probably not going to make it. This is not going anywhere over the long term. In fact, this has been a form of currency for over 4,000 years, and gold too, right? Since we're talking about gold, let's take a look at this absolutely gorgeous gold eagle. I don't have a ton of these, but let's see if we can get the camera to grab that. Look at that beauty. Right? Okay, these silver and gold has been an asset, has been a tradable currency for thousands of years. Okay, long before the stock market. So whatever happens with the prices of shares of the silver ETFs or the mining companies or whatever, that will settle at some point, and this will still be an asset. Okay, so don't freak out too much. Now it will affect the price on this on spot. So here's where this is the focus of the video today. If I was talking to Sarge, and Sarge was a brand new person who never bought physical silver before but was wanting to get into it, I would probably tell myself, just hold on, just wait, because the volatility on this, if you don't know what you're doing, you could end up way overpaying for this, and then it could zip back, okay? If you haven't bought silver and this was the week you were thinking about it, I probably would tell myself, just hang tight, because this price is going to move around a lot, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna probably end up overpaying, and you're going to be sorry, and you're going to be crying. If you're new, within like the last year you started getting into silver, you probably know enough about the market right now to know that the spot price is going to jump around a little bit, and things are going to happen, and so you have to make your own best educated decision about where to put your money into silver, or maybe you're just going to hold as well. Okay. You might decide to look for opportunities such as with, you might decide to hold some look for opportunities such as with constitutional silver. And this is a Barber dime, by the way. We're going to be talking about these again soon. This is a Barber dime. So you may see that these have better premiums than American Eagles for a while. And you might say, you know what, I still want to get into some silver. I'm going to keep growing on my stack. I'm going to keep building, right? So I'm going to look for the bargains. Look for the bargains, right? And I don't think I've got any Kruger ends up here, but sometimes Kruger ends are a bargain. Sometimes Kruger ends are a bargain. Sometimes constitutional silver is a bargain. You have to know where to look, okay? Now, if you're going to keep buying and buying and buying because you're caught up in the frenzy that we may see, be careful, because in, I don't know, what was it, 2011, silver got driven up to $40, and everybody kept thinking it's going #to the moon, but it crashed back down, and it actually stayed at like between 14 and 17 for a while. So don't think that it can infinitely rise and not come back down, okay? That's just not true. By the same token, if you're a newer, you know, in the last year or last 2 years, you started getting into silver and you see it drop down to $14 an ounce or whatever, don't panic there either, okay? It's the price on silver and gold will move, okay? So don't freak out. And unlike Acme Corporation, this has been around for 4,000 years. It ain't going anywhere. People are always going to want silver and gold. All right, next group of people. This is your flippers, sellers. These are your people who are already selling, or they've been holding on to, you know, a large amount of this and selling. You may see some nice opportunities here. Okay, so if this, let's say, if the spot price on that does start to go back up and starts to hit, say, you know, $40 an ounce or whatever, it's up to you, of course, but that may be an opportunity to make a little bit of profit here, or a nice profit, right? Especially if you've been buying in when it was $14, $17, even $20 an ounce. Okay, so they're in a different category, folks. If they've been sitting on a lot of silver and they regularly sell, or they were thinking about selling, those people are in a fantastic position to benefit from this. If you're not in that boat, right, that's not for you. Okay, so you're going to hold the line or look for the bargains. All right, what about my preppers? Preppers are going to fall in that same category that I said. Either you're going to hold the line and just wait. Okay, wait it out. Wait this storm out, or you're going to look for the bargains again, okay? That's because preppers should be mostly stacking by what's the best bargain, right? What's the most amount of ounces I can get for the best price, okay? All right, what about the groups that are, you know, retiring, right? What about that group, the group that was getting ready to sell a big chunk of their silver anyways, right? What about them? Well, if it goes up to $40 an ounce, they're going to be sitting pretty. If it drops down because of the volatility, if it drops down to $14 or whatever, or $17, or let's say it drops like crazy to $9 an ounce, right? Let's say that something really wild happens. They're going to have to hang tight. because you can't, if you're about to sell all your stack, if you're about to retire or whatever, you can't sell at that much of a loss. So you know, so if I was talking to old man Sarge about to retire, I'd say you just got to hang tight. You got to wait it out, or, you know, worst case scenario, you're going to pass it on to your heirs and they're going to be very thankful. Okay. All right. And last group, this is just the average person who kind of gets into it a little bit and, you know, decides that they want to buy some silver here and there, kind of take advantage of the, you know, the diversity of precious metals. Well, you're also going to fall in that category of maybe looking for some bargains, right? You're going to look for where is it that there's opportunities, or if you can't find any, just be careful not to overspend, okay? Because if you're in it for the long haul, like me, there's no reason to panic. And yes, I have done that. I talked about that in a recent video with I've talked about that in a recent video with the Libertads, right? So that was only, you know, relatively small transaction. But if you start using other money, you know, taking out loans and things like that to grab silver because you think it's going to the moon, I'm going to tell you, be careful. Be careful, because there was a lot of us who thought that was happening in 2011, okay? All right, so let's wrap it up. So what's happening here is that you probably are going to see some volatility in the you know, the ETFs that manage silver, right? The mining companies and the, you know, the companies that get this stuff to market. That could drive the price up, like way up. And Sarge is telling you that what comes up will correct. Okay, so I don't think that you should be thinking about silver, that's a Mercury dime, by the way, in the same way that you would think about Acme Corporation. Okay, it is a very, very different investment, primarily because of the physical nature of it, right? They can drive this price around as much as they want, but all of us out there who are holding some of this know that we're holding the true wealth, okay? If it's not in your hand, it's not real money. Okay, that's one of the sayings in the silver stacking community. So will those, you know, the changes in the ETF prices, will that affect the price of this? Yes, probably for a while. Okay, so just hang tight. If you're brand new to silver, don't think like you're missing the gold rush. You know, don't think that you're missing the gold rush. Okay, it's probably gonna bounce around for a little bit. If you're going to continue to invest, then look for your bargains. Okay, look for the places where you can find good premium, or, you know, low premiums, or decent stocks, or decent spot price. And if you are one of those people who is getting ready to sell, you better be watching the market daily, because it could jump around a little bit. If you see something like, oh, I don't know, goes up to $40 an ounce or more, it's up to you, but that might be time to take a little bit of profits, okay? If you see it drop down because of the volatility, you know, down below, say, $20 an ounce, you know, that's up to you. It's going to depend on how long you've held that silver and gold and how much you bought in at, or you might just say, you know what, I have to hang tight, okay? So those are the only people that I'm worried about is maybe the people that were, you know, just about to sell. They were just about to liquidate because they were retiring and this was part of their retirement. Okay. For the rest of us, you know, be smart. Don't ever go just on what one video of one random guy on the YouTube is saying. Make sure you're doing your research, because you can get burned on this. Okay. When there's volatility, yes, there's opportunities to make money, and there's also opportunities to lose a lot of money. Just be very, very careful. Okay. That's going to do it for today. Keep planting your seeds. Keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.